It's official, guys. I'm back.
In F1 2019, you'll be invited to start your career by selecting a Formula 2 team. Driving for this team, you'll experience some key moments of a Formula 2 season, a thrill-packed racing championship in its own right, and the springboard to Formula 1. At the end of this feeder series, your choice of driver academy and your performance in F2 will determine the terms of the contracts offered by the teams as you embark upon your career in Formula 1 and begin to write your own chapter of motorsport history.
Ladies and gentlemen and all pets everywhere, welcome to my F1 2019 career mode. Sorry it's been a long break, and I'm sorry that I never actually finished my F1 2018 career mode. Or am I? But here we are, a new game, a clean slate to start from for this career mode. From the introduction you just saw, well, we're in F2, and it is our job now to choose a team that will help to catapult us forward into the lovely world of Formula 1. You can see all the teams on the screen right now. I will explain, I'm not dodging the fact that I've not been uploading, but I will explain that more towards the end of this video, because there is a lot to get on with for this first episode. Oh yeah, have I mentioned yet, picking a Formula 2 team so we can go into the world of Formula 1. How does that sound, guys? It doesn't matter what team we're in, it won't affect anything much, I should imagine. So, for that reason, I've decided to go with Carlin, because, I mean, it's blue. Driver academies, you can see them all on the screen right now, and I'm not going to show you which one I'm choosing, because, you know, cliffhangers in it. That's my settings, no one cares, let's go! So something a bit different for this game, as you can see, is that there is a bit of a story element to it all. We have two drivers, Devon Butler and Lucas Weber. Devon Butler looks like a posh prick. Lucas Weber looks like a interesting fellow. I had nothing for him, I'm sorry. But we get various events, I think it's 3 in total, that include them. You can skip all of this, by the way, this is not compulsory, but I chose it because, you know, story in it. So as you can see now, let's look at the description for this event now. So, in the third event of the 2018 Formula 2 Championship, a mechanical issue presented myself with a stark choice. Put the team first and cede the position to their teammate Lucas Weber, or deny Weber to pursue their rivalry with Devon Butler. Well, of course, we're just going to stay in front. Points mean prizes, Chiefs, don't you understand? To be honest, we'll see how bad the mechanical issue is when we get there. I imagine it's probably quite bad. Also, before I start all of this, disclaimer, my capture card and my laptop decided to have a day off when recording this, so if some of the footage just randomly skips forward, I can only apologise, and there'll probably be some funny quip that you'll hear or see or whatever it may be. Who even cares? Let's just get on with the first event of this F1 2019 career mode.
Carlin's new driver really commanding the race here. Devon Butler still ruthlessly giving chase. These two have been really scrapping it out for the early wins in the championship. And something's wrong. Butler sees his chance. Some kind of mechanical failure. Picking up speed again. It's unclear what the issue was. Can they still finish this race?
Looks like an issue with the turbo. You've lost some speed at the top end, but you're very close to the finish. You can still compete and get some points here. Don't give up. Just do the best you can. We're all behind you.
Well, that's just great, isn't it? A good omen going forwards, I am sure. So, we have a turbo issue. Lucas Weber, our teammate behind us, is probably snapping at our heels like a hungry crocodile on steroids. Meanwhile, you can see we're just not having a great time so far with this F2 car, and Jeff's had enough.
Your teammate is approaching and wants to get past.
Thanks, Jeff. Alright, so let teammate pass. That seems pretty simple enough, I'm sure we can do.
Again, your teammate wants to pass you. I know you don't want to drop a position, but without your turbo, he's the best one to challenge for points further up the field. If you hold Lucas up, you could be denying the team points.
I get it, Jeff. I'm slow. I understand. Lucas is so much faster, you can see. Let's just... Oh, for Christ's sake! I mean, how the hell do I explain that?
That's great. Lucas could push on now.
So, I'm glad that Jeff likes my decision, at least.
Lucas wants me to pass on his thanks. I know it's frustrating, but you made the right call for the team. Now we're all with you. Just bring it home as best you can.
Alright, Jeffrey boy, cheers. Now can you stop interrupting my dialogue, please, and let me focus on this recording? Thank you. Also, lockmeup.com, that was a ridiculous lockup, and you can see that I'm just not liking this car whatsoever. We got angry F2 drivers behind us, snapping at our feet every single corner, although, to be fair, we did quite well in that one, but still, it is quite scary, and I don't like it. Although, to be fair, for the rest of the lap, we lasted quite well. Our teammate says the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so it seems like letting him through was the right decision, but we're doing quite well. We held on for this lap, and the next lap, and the next one was much the same story. So here we are at the end. We are going to come home holding our position despite that turbo issue, which is very, very good to see. A nice job there. Well done to us, indeed. And don't even ask about the teleportation. We're just moving, Matt. Good job.
Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
I think what won them the race was their ability to adapt. At every point, they delivered what was needed. They were calm and steady when they needed to be, but they were ruthless and aggressive when it was demanded of them. There wasn't anything out there that they weren't preparing to handle. Let's see if they can keep it up this season.
And I can see our drivers making their way in a sublime...
I'm sorry, what? I have a simple question. How do any of the drivers feel comfortable making their wieners sublime? I can't. Oh my god. Why? Why does my capture card do this? If this is the world of F1, I don't want to be a part of it anymore, honestly. Rumour has it in the paddock, though, that most people weren't impressed by Devon's,
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship.
Not today, I think. You're not talking about any more wieners in this championship, that's for sure. I mean, if you really want to know, we're second in the Constructors as a team, and then I'm third in the Drivers' Championship. Which is alright, I guess.
There you are. That was an exciting race. It definitely got people talking about you, which means I was able to secure a quick interview.
Wait a minute. If we're doing interviews, then that means... Oh my god.
Okay, we're all set over here. Just a minute.
Get me out of this place.
Remember, anything you say to the press can go very, very public. So...
Cheers, Emma. Great advice there. I'm sure you'll be a valuable agent throughout this season.
If that's true, you'll be doing plenty of these.
What the bloody hell are you on about? I actually can't deal with F2. Like, 1 minute, drivers are making their wieners sublime, which in itself is not very, kid-friendly. And then what Claire's saying, I mean, talk about picking rumours out of thin air. It was such thin air you couldn't even bloody hear it. It's just great. It's just the F2 I thought it would be. This is fantastic. Great banter.
Just remember, be yourself. And the more you can give me, the better this will go. Right, stand here. Turn a little this way for me. Perfect. Ready? An exciting race today. Let's get your perspective. So you and Lucas are new to the team. How are you settling in? Okay, so how did you feel about being ordered to give up the position to Lucas?
This woman trying to rub salt into my wounds, I swear to God.
Great, well that's everything.
Hey, look, I know that wasn't easy letting me pass, but it was the right choice. It was good driving.
Yeah, that's how I describe it, mate. Just good, not great. 1 in 6. 1 in 6 makes the leap to F1. The other 5 are still watching their less talented teammates collect all their points. Shame, really. A lot of great drivers never get their chance because they do it all for the team.
Those teams got us here.
Yeah, but it's the drivers that take the risk. We should get the rewards. You ever won a race in F1? That's how winners think.
And remind me, how many F1 races have you won?
You watch this space. I'll be the one lifting the trophy, and I won't use my teammates to nick the pole.
Early days.
Clever, or you're just a pushover. You really think if the situation was reversed, he'd do the same for you? Nah. You want to start looking out for yourself. No one else will.
And just like that, I immediately want to completely lamp this guy. Anyway, on to the next event. Actually, furthermore, adding from that Devon Butler point I just made, Lucas Weber seems like a very nice teammate. He's pretty German and not very funny. But despite the lack of comic relief in both drivers, both of them being extremely serious, let's zoom in to the second event description right now. So, as you can see, the sixth event was a low point for myself when an aggressive move from Devon Butler resulted in contact and the destruction of my front wing. Butler's penalty saw him brought back within range of myself, but with only a few laps remaining. ...
Look at them go! Devon Butler locked in wheel-to-wheel racing with his championship rival, desperate to shut them down and stop them getting past. And this Butler simply left them nowhere to go. There was just no way for them to have avoided that. And look, there's significant damage. Not sure if that was down to recklessness or sheer aggression, but I'm sure the stewards are going to have something to say very...
I mean, it is just a great start. I mean, you know, isn't it? First world problems aside, though, we have a massive job to do.
Okay, the stewards have awarded Devon a penalty. Push on. You can still catch him. You can still beat him. Devon is coming in for a stop.
Okay, cool. So Devon's been given his penalty and is currently coming in for...
Devon's P7 at the moment.
Jeffrey, one more time, you're getting blown up. First victim of overtaking is Maxi Gunter. We have set 2 purple sectors. We are catching up to him at a rate of significant knots down the inside into this penultimate corner. Fantastic maneuver. He's still kind of there, but not for much longer because we are well and truly past. Lovely move there. Looking behind quickly. Yes, we are through. And across the line, fastest lap of the race. What are you saying? Next target up the road is Luca Giotto, but once again, we are outsetting fastest laps. Another one for the book in the 1:16s. Pretty rapid, I would say. On to the next lap, not setting a fastest lap. However, Giotto is well within my sights. And that is, I can explain, I promise. Extraterrestrial activity aside, we once again lagged like a hamster, but we're going to try and overtake round the outside of Giotto. Very ambitious indeed, too ambitious in fact, but we go for the switchback, swim up the inside like a determined salmon. I think I saved it. And now we can carry on with the job of catching my sworn enemy, Devon Butler. It takes until the last lap of the Grand Prix, though, and things are now getting very sweaty and juicy here. Butler's trying to go for an overtake up ahead on Roberto Merri, I think. Okay, no words from the English dictionary can actually explain what the little heck just happened. But Butler and Merri are still side by side. Not for much longer, though, actually, because back Butler goes into his slipstream, and we are trying to catch up here. And oh my god, what on earth? We're going to overtake Butler. Let's go. Cue the music. Yes! Down the inside. What are you saying? Bang, bang, bang. Give me an explosion. Bang. That is what we like. Thank you very, very much indeed. Let's watch that again, because that was amazing. Christ's sake. We got the main footage. That is what matters. That is incontrovertible proof. We're teleporting again. Ignore that. But we almost overtake Merri, but it's fine. We're ahead of Butler. It's P8. Yes!
Well done. Good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
Dams, another team with a right in the win today.
Why is Hugh inside of Olwyn at another team? I don't have a fucking clue, mate. However, Mr. Albon does seem a bit too pleased by this development. Quickly moving on, you can see the results from that last race. Albon winning, Markelov second, but that doesn't matter. We beat Devon Butler, so that is good. And as for the standings, they are looking pretty good as well. We currently sit in second place. With nothing else much to be said, let's go and talk to Claire.
Bad luck today. That must be incredibly disappointing.
It seems to me that collision with Devon clearly cost you a lot of time. Are you disappointed with the final result?
Yes.
So did you ever think you'd get the place back from Devon?
Yes.
I've seen that you and Lucas have been picking up a lot of points recently. What do you think of your championship chances?
Yes.
Appreciate your time.
Ah, I was looking for you. Well, what can I say? I guess there's no other way to put this, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ever giving you the common respect that all racers deserve, because you don't deserve it, neither of you do. That was the dirtiest driving I've ever seen.
Ridiculous.
My thoughts exactly. I'm taking my line and I get smashed into? I'm fine, by the way, thanks for asking. And then I'm penalized for the privilege.
You're unbelievable. You deserved every second of that penalty, maybe more. I mean, aside from trashing the car, did you ever stop to think that maybe someone could get hurt?
Yeah.
Me? Fine. But winning at any cost is your strategy, not ours. You better watch yourself.
Whatever.
Head. He knows his briefing.
Sound advice, Lucas, mate. Thank you for telling me that I should head, and he knows there's briefing. Weber being a bit too saucy for my liking, but here we are, the final event of Formula 2. Let's go. So, myself and Butler are tied on points as we enter the final race of the 2018 Formula 2 Championship. Butler's ahead by a number of race wins, more points, blah blah, tosh tosh tosh. You know what? Screw it. We're just going to win the championship, alright? You heard it here first. Let's go.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon, and the next time we see each other, you'll be the F2 World Champion. No pressure then. Good luck.
Lovely, Jeff. Thanks for making my blood pressure boil. But we're on the grid. It's time to win this championship. Lights are out and away we go for the final round of the F2 Championship. We have been floked by Fuoka off the start line. Is that safe? I don't know. But Fukuzumi's around the outside as well, and that's not very good. So we're going to steam back up the inside like a steamroller. And now we have some chasing to do. Devon Butler is in 4th or 3rd, depending on where he started. I can't exactly remember where. But we have to catch him as quickly as we can. So it's our job firstly to overtake Fuoka down the inside. It's a what on, oh, for crying out loud. Extraterrestrial activity aside, once more then, we have to settle into this race nice and quickly. End of lap 1, you can see Markelov setting the fastest lap. We are some way off, we're in P8 at the moment, however we catch up to Albon pretty quickly, quite soon through the lap. We've sent a personal best first sector, sent it, doesn't matter, we're carrying on guys. Do you know what, I'll keep it because we're about to send it down the inside of Alexander Albon. Here we go, we're gaining some more in the slipstream to the inside. He squeezes the gap a bit, that's a bit naughty from Alexander Albon. We lock up like a horse, but that is us up into P7.
Devon is 3 places ahead of you right now.
Sweet, so Devon's not too far ahead, as you just heard there. He's only 3 places up. We're going wide, but it doesn't matter. Markelov sets the fastest lap, then Nick de Vries sets the fastest lap. We don't set the fastest lap, we ruin the last sector, but we catch up to Giotto at the end of the very next lap, locking up once again. I don't have an analogy for it, but Markelov sets the fastest lap, Butler sets it, but then we go and smash that into the low 154s, and now it is on to catch Giotto on this next lap. We come on to the back straight, and hopefully with the help of teleportation, DRT, we're going to hopefully yeet, oh my goodness, we're going to send it down the inside, straight away, locking up once again. That is a very aggressive move, but I'll take it. We're up into P6, and now it's on to catch our teammate Lucas Weber. We've cut on to the next lap because once again it's just taking a while to catch up to everyone. Shut up, Jeff, I don't care. Well, maybe it was important. Maybe I'm judging him harshly. I don't know.
Devon is a couple of places up on you. Confirmed.
I take back everything I said. I don't need to hear where Devon Butler is every 5 seconds. Even the Xbox agrees with me. We got Xbox gamer score for that. I will happily take that. Anyway, more pressing matters. On to the next lap again. Lap 6. Because it's taken this long to catch up to Lucas Weber. However, we have done it. And it's all a train of cars. Because it's headed by Artem Markelov, who slowed up dramatically for some reason. No idea why. We're going to try and get a good exit off the hairpin on the other hand. We do to some extent. Sliding a bit at the end. But it doesn't matter. We've got DRS on our teammate. We are gaining slowly. Although he has DRS as well. So I probably wouldn't count on it. But we're hopefully going to make a move very, very soon. Maybe into the next sections of corners. Oh, not this dude. Oh, my goodness me. Down the inside. Dive bomb of the century. Daniel Ricciardo, eat your lungs out. Heart's overrated, honestly. But we've done it. And now the next person up the road is our long sworn enemy, Devon Butler. On to the next lap once again. It's lap 7. We come off the exit of the hairpin once again. Devon Butler ahead of us. We are within DRS range. We open up DRS now, and we are a lot further back than we were on Lucas Weber, so it would be way too audacious to try and move. So let's maybe think about it into the next sequence of corners once again. But are we going to... No, we're not going to listen to that at all. Down the inside, and he's turned in on us. He's battered us again. What's going on? We've teleported, and did Devon Butler really just contradict himself? Hang on a second. We'll start with an outside view. We make the most disgusting dive ever seen. He turns in on us, as you can see there. That is clear proof. But no, we need more proof. On board with Devon Butler, he brakes hard, turns in. We're alongside now, and that is disgraceful. He turns in, acts like it's nothing, and carries on. Twallop. Moving on from distorting all the sound on my microphone, we can't ahead. Our tyre wear's pretty bad, but there's a yellow flag up ahead. What is this? Markelov's gone to slow... What on earth is going on with my words? What I'm trying to say is Markelov's out of the race. He was on pole position and leading for a bit, but a mechanical failure has let him down. You can see at the top there, he's out of this race for good. And that promotes us up into the podium positions, and now we are chasing after George Russell. I believe this is lap 9 now. We got DRS. We're catching up to him. He doesn't have it, of course, but we have not got enough slipstream, so we're going to probably have to stay behind. There's really no point trying to make a dive bomb into that corner of all the corners on the track. We stay behind for now. We are biding our time. I'm sure we'll be able to overtake this geezer very, very soon. I apologise for saying the word geezer. However, I do not apologise for what you're about to see unfold in front of your very eyes, which is overtaking George Russell. Here we go, down the back straight. We have DRS, activated DRS. We have somewhat of a slipstream. Russell actually got a bit of nitrous out of that corner. I don't know what's happening there, but hopefully we don't make an overtake into this chicane, because I prefer to keep my sanity, really, throughout this recording. I think I've already lost it, but who cares? Now we're onto this back little bit. George Russell hasn't got the best exits. We are much, much closer than we were last lap, and this could be it. The overtake for second place, and to extend our advantage on Butler further, to rub salt into his gaping wounds. Down the inside we go, and that, ladies and gentlemen, albeit slightly wide, is P2 in this race, and hopefully now we can chase after our leader, Nick De Vries. Although, despite my optimism and despite the fact we look to be the fastest on track, that actually never happened, spoiler alert, and we just stayed in second for the rest of the race, not even going to lie. However, let us not be disheartened by this result, because barring any extraterrestrial abductions like that one and or crashes, we are going to get P2 and we're going to win the championship. No teleportations are going to stop us now. I wanted to win this in a big way, and we are going to win it in such a big way. We smash Devon Butler, and we are the F2 World Champion. Get in there! What a glorious start. Oh my goodness me. The boats are moving mad in the background. What on earth was that? But in those 3 races that we've done today, we have performed supremely well, if I do say so myself. That was an incredible job indeed. We have came out here and done what we needed to do. We have rubbed Devon Butler's pompous face in the dirt and said, screw you. Lucas Weber's been a valuable teammate, and I hope he succeeds for a long time to come after we part ways. As you can see, winning the constructors as well as the drivers. I have nothing more to say. What a success. Let's go talk to Claire.
First of all, congratulations. You must be thrilled.
Wow, you feel.
I do feel. I can't say much else apart from that.
So that was a thrilling end to the season. How was the race for you? Wow, we've been hearing rumours of a possible future for you in Formula One. Care to... Appreciate your time.
Congratulations.
It's okay to be upset. You came very close.
Yeah, we know things would have turned out very differently if I didn't get slapped with that ridiculous penalty.
What is it with you and complaining?
Look, somehow you managed to do a lot of things right today. That's great. You needed the win, I didn't. For me, this was always just a stepping stone to F1. Oh, you two. You got your work cut out for you now that I'm gone. So you're gonna have to prove to everyone it was more than just luck that got you here.
Sure. Winning one race is luck. Winning the championship is talent.
Really? Next time you use that incredible talent to ram into someone and steal all their points, remember they won't be as forgiving as I am. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I gotta run. Things to sign, important paperwork and all that. Sure you understand.
So, with this big win, you're going to be getting a lot of interest. All I can say is choose wisely, or else you might end up with someone like Devon as your teammate. Come on, let's go celebrate.
Ah, welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. It's time we had the big conversation about your next move. Your performance at the F2 Championships last year got you a lot of attention from the Formula One teams. Some of it more positive than others. I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubters over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. Now, as your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula One seat.
And we're going to leave it there because, you know, cliffhangers, innit? There you go, ladies and gentlemen, that was my pretty wacky and wild ride through the world of Formula 2. Next episode will be in the realms of F1. I will reveal my team choice next episode, so that should be, hopefully, quite a lot of fun indeed. Firstly, I'm sorry that this episode is about 2 months later than the game actually came out. Yeah, that's completely my fault, and I'm really sorry about that. Secondly, the state of the recording, I profusely apologise. It did make some funny bits, though. The Wiener Sublime bit, I had no input in. I did not touch that bit at all. That's exactly how it came out, and that is fantastic. Made me ha-ha quite a lot, so that was good. Also, quick warning, next episode might have some of those jump cuts as well, so if there are any funnies, you'll see them in there as well. But it's just a bit annoying. But hopefully I'll be fixed for episode 3. Until next time, follow my Twitter and Insta at CarsCarsYT. Like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.